Hello everyone. I'm Nitesh. I work here as a software engineer at GeekyAnts, and I have been working in the Flutter use. I think from the past 1 or 1.5 year, and I'll be presenting the keynote here right now. So let's just start. So as Vishal said that thank you for coming on a Saturday evening. It's not evening, but still. So let's first look at what has went back. So the previous Flutter release was actually 3.3, and the things that actually came in that was the global selection, which came in very handy for the Flutter web, and the material design 3. Also Navigator 2.0, I think it got recommended that we should replace it with the Go router. So with all those things, the Impeller and the raster cache improvements are helping to improve the performance of Flutter while rendering things, and Dart 2.18 and some of Dart's null safety updates. So this was what went before Flutter Forward. And on Flutter Forward, we actually had Flutter 3.7 and Dart 2.19. So these are the two things that got released mainly. And apart from that, there are some very basic things like Material 3 support. It has been enhanced. So if you actually want to use Material 3 now, then you just need to wrap your theme data widget, which we actually have, and just use the use Material 3 boolean and pass true into that. One more good thing that actually came with this was this color scheme seed property. So earlier, as we all know that there are a lot of properties, colors that we can pass to the theme data, but Flutter actually made it a bit easy for us. Now we need not pass different color components according to the color schema that we want to use. We just have to pass the colors green or whatever main color that you want to use in the color scheme seed, and the Material 3 will do all of the the secondary color, the primary color, all of those things for you. So this was regarding Material 3. And then again, this is one of the very good things that came. Impeller Preview is now we can use it on iOS. If you actually want to use it, you just have to use that -- enable impeller while running your app using Flutter Run. Also, if you don't want to do it every time, then you can use these flags in your info plist or Android manifest XML. If you just do that and you just do Flutter Run, it will always run with impeller. And then the background isolates thread. So earlier, what used to happen is that we were not able to call platform channels using isolates. Only the main thread was able to call the background isolates. But now Flutter has actually removed that. You can now call platform channels from any of the thread, any background thread. So this will actually give a lot of performance improvement. So this is also a very good thing. And there are a lot more. So something like the font asset hot reload. So earlier, what used to happen is that any changes that you would do in Flutter, you would just save your app and it would be reflected on the app. But fonts and things that went into the pubspec YAML, they actually needed your app to hot restart. You'll have to restart your app. But now that is also removed. If you just add anything in your pubspec YAML and you just hot reload, you can actually see all of those changes in your app. Also, there are some performance improvements which basically removes the Jank animation issue that was on iOS. So that's also a very good performance improvement. Now, this toImageSync actually helps us render images in a much more better way. Earlier, I think that it was a bit async. So now they have, it was just the toImage property that we used to use. But now I think that we have toImageSync. So it actually helps us to render the image much more faster. And also from Xcode 14, the Bitcode is actually deprecated. So we cannot actually use that. But I think if you still want to use it, there are some properties that you can use to still use Bitcode, but it will be removed in the future updates, I think so. And right now, by default, it is removed from Xcode 14. Also, internationalization tools like that Gen L10N, it actually provides a lot of compile time errors and other improvements using which we can improve the localization and other things that Flutter provides. Apart from this, there are some improvements that came. So something like the DevTool updates. Now you can actually, there were some 3 updates that came in DevTools. And also like there are some scrolling improvements. So I think that this must be mainly related to Flutter Web. And the global selection which came out last time on Flutter 3.3, that has also been improved. The memory management, like I think that the GPU usage has been enhanced a bit. So that will also help a lot. So this was like mainly what was announced in the Flutter Forward. So a bit about GeekyAnts, like we have been working with Flutter from the very like its inception, and like we have contributed in Flutter's official documentation, and like we also have our pub.dev page where we publish open source packages, and like some of the packages have actually very good like ratio as well, and the pub points of all of them are actually very good. So something like Flutter Flick video player, if you want to enable embed any video player on your app, then you can go ahead and use it. We also have some Flutter marketplace, and like we also write a lot of articles on Flutter and also like on other techs. So if you just want to go and check out, then you can do that. So this is like the agenda of today. These are our speakers. Vivek Yadav would be presenting records and patterns in Dart. Akshay will present AI application using TF Lite and Flutter. And then we have Hasnain, who will be presenting power of shaders on Flutter Web. And Sheikh will be actually presenting embedding in Flutter. So I think that's all. A bit of code of conduct, like it will be very good of you if you just keep your phone in silent. And apart from that, like just network, we will give you, I think 10 or 15 minutes break after 2 of the speakers. So you can just go ahead and network after that. So I think, yeah, that's all.